Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most dramatic and awe-inspiring stories ever told. We're journeying back to ancient Egypt to uncover the story of the 10 supernatural judgments unleashed upon a stubborn pharaoh. This isn't just a tale of historical significance, it's a powerful narrative about freedom, faith, and the ultimate display of divine authority. Imagine the scene: the mighty Egyptian empire, a global superpower of its time, ruled by a pharaoh who considered himself a god. The Hebrew people were enslaved, suffering under brutal oppression for centuries. Their cries for freedom seemed to go unheard. Then, two men, Moses and his brother Aaron, appeared before Pharaoh with a simple but earth-shattering message from the God of the Hebrews: "Let my people go." Pharaoh, in his pride, refused. He scoffed at this unseen God and tightened his grip on the slaves. This refusal set the stage for a divine showdown unlike any other. What followed was not a war of armies, but a series of 10 targeted, escalating judgments, each designed to dismantle the very foundations of Egyptian power and belief, and to reveal the one true God's sovereignty over all creation, even over the gods of Egypt. The first judgment was a direct challenge to the Nile River, the lifeblood of Egypt. Aaron struck the water with his staff, and instantly, the entire river, along with all the canals and pools, turned into blood. The fish died, the water stank, and the Egyptians couldn't drink from it. This was a direct blow to Hapi, the Egyptian god of the Nile. For 7 days, the land suffered, yet Pharaoh's heart remained hard. Next came the plague of frogs. Frogs swarmed out of the river, covering every inch of the land. They were in people's homes, in their beds, even in their ovens. This wasn't just an inconvenience, it was an overwhelming invasion that targeted Heket, the frog-headed goddess of fertility. Pharaoh, desperate, begged Moses to pray for the frogs to be removed, promising to let the people go. But as soon as relief came, he went back on his word. The third judgment was gnats, or lice, depending on the translation. The dust of the ground turned into swarms of tiny, biting insects that tormented both people and animals. The Egyptian magicians, who had managed to replicate the first two plagues through their secret arts, were powerless against this one. They confessed to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." But still, Pharaoh would not listen. Then came the fourth judgment: swarms of flies. But this time, something was different. The swarms descended upon the homes of the Egyptians, but the land of Goshen, where the Hebrews lived, was completely spared. This was a clear sign that God was making a distinction between his people and the Egyptians. The judgment was precise, targeted. It was a direct challenge to the Egyptian god Khepri, often depicted as a scarab beetle. Overwhelmed, Pharaoh tried to negotiate, but his heart was not sincere. The fifth judgment struck at the very heart of Egypt's economy and military strength: their livestock. A deadly pestilence swept through the fields, killing the Egyptians' horses, donkeys, camels, cattle, and sheep. Yet, once again, not a single animal belonging to the Israelites was harmed. This was an attack on deities like Hathor, the cow goddess, and Apis, the bull god. The divine separation was becoming clearer and clearer, but Pharaoh's pride was unbreakable. The sixth judgment was personal and painful. Moses and Aaron took handfuls of soot from a furnace and threw it into the air before Pharaoh. It became a fine dust that settled on the Egyptians, causing festering boils to break out on people and animals. Even the magicians were so afflicted they couldn't stand before Moses. This plague was a strike against gods of medicine and healing like Imhotep. The suffering was intense, but it only hardened Pharaoh's heart further. Now, the judgments escalated in destructive power. The seventh was a storm of hail unlike anything ever seen in Egypt. Thunder, lightning, and massive hailstones rained down from the sky, destroying crops, shattering trees, and killing anyone and anything left out in the open. But again, in the land of Goshen, there was no hail. For the first time, Pharaoh seemed to show remorse. He admitted, "I have sinned this time. The Lord is in the right, and I and my people are in the wrong." He begged Moses to stop the storm, promising to free the slaves. But the moment the sky cleared, his heart hardened once more. The eighth judgment brought a complete devastation of whatever the hail had left behind. A great wind blew in a locust swarm of unimaginable size. They covered the face of the land, darkening the sky and devouring every last green thing. The land was stripped bare. This was an attack on the gods of the harvest. A panicked Pharaoh called for Moses and confessed his sin again, begging for the locusts to be removed. But his repentance was short-lived. As soon as the locusts were gone, he refused to let the people go. The ninth judgment was a terrifying, supernatural darkness. For 3 days a thick, oppressive darkness fell over the land of Egypt, a darkness so profound it could be felt. People couldn't see each other or move from their places. This was a direct assault on Pharaoh's most powerful god, Ra, the sun god. Yet, in Goshen, where the Israelites lived, there was light. In this terrifying gloom, Pharaoh tried one last time to bargain, but his pride wouldn't let him fully submit. This set the stage for the final, most devastating judgment. The 10th and final judgment was the most tragic and decisive. At midnight, the angel of death passed through the land of Egypt. In every Egyptian household, from the palace of Pharaoh to the dungeon of the captive, the firstborn son died. The firstborn of the livestock also perished. A great cry of anguish rose up from all of Egypt, for there was not a house where someone was not dead. But the Israelites had been given specific instructions. They were to sacrifice a lamb and paint its blood on the doorposts of their homes. When the angel of death saw the blood, it would pass over that house, and those inside would be spared. This event, the Passover, became the ultimate symbol of God's deliverance and redemption. That night, a broken Pharaoh finally surrendered. He summoned Moses and Aaron in the middle of the night and urged them to take their people and leave immediately. The Egyptians, in their grief and terror, loaded the Hebrews with silver and gold, desperate for them to go. After 430 years of bondage, the people of Israel were finally free. These 10 judgments were not random acts of destruction. They were a systematic and powerful demonstration that the God of the Hebrews was the one true God, sovereign over nature, life, death, and all the false gods of Egypt. Each plague was a divine lesson, revealing God's power, His justice, and His deep love for His oppressed people. It's a story that continues to resonate through the ages, a powerful reminder that no power on earth can stand against the will of the Almighty. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this deep dive into the 10 judgments gave you a new perspective on this incredible story. If you found this interesting, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video.